your Washita Tigers. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams for game number one. First for the Mustangs. Leading off playing left field, number 1, Isabel Escobar. Batting second, playing right field, number 2, Avery Ayers. Batting third, second base, number 8, Maddie Spears. Batting fourth, playing shortstop, number 10, Savannah Sanford. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 21, Kirsty Blackwood. Batting sixth, playing first base, number 17, Lauren Anderson. Batting seventh, playing center field, number 3, Toby Finley. Batting eighth, designated player, number 28, Madeline Tubbs. Batting ninth and catching, number 6, Carolyn Byers. Starting pitcher for the Mustangs, number 7, Hannah Worth. And now the starting lineup for your Washita Tigers. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 2, Hope Wade. Batting second, playing center field, number 14, Heather Brown. Batting third, playing third base, number 11, Jesslyn Aarons. Batting fourth, catching, number 7, Jillian Jones. Batting fifth, designated player, number 16, Reagan Harbour. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 6, Callie Jordan. Batting seventh, the starting pitcher, number 19, Madison Miller. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 26, Aaron Williams. Batting ninth, playing third base, number 21, Kendall Moyer. Starting at first base for the Tigers, number 20, Rebecca Holloman. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise to honor America and those who serve it for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, Tiger Nation, and welcome to Sully Anderson Field here on the campus of Washita Baptist University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. We've got some college softball coming up for you today as your Washita Tigers play host to the Mustangs of Central Baptist College out of Conway. As you can see on the screen there, we've got our head-to-head matchup for today. CBC comes in at 3-3 overall, haven't played any conference games yet. Washita coming in at 0-8. They're looking to get back on track after a rough start to the season. Last game for the Mustangs was a 11-7 loss to Blue Mountain College. They're currently, like I said, after winning 3 games to start the season, they are on a 3-game losing streak. For Washita, last game up was a 9-1 loss versus Texas A&M Kingsville. Tigers will get a chance for a rematch of that this weekend as they will be taking on the Javelinas on Saturday, and we should be bringing you those games this weekend. So they are on an 8-game losing streak so far to start the year. And this is coming after one of the best seasons in program history after getting a winning record last year for the first time in over a decade. I said, I'm Matthew Branch. I'm the lone crew member today for OSDN. So we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to try not to lose any of my papers as the wind is picking up out here. And leading things off will be Isabella Esquivel. She's leading off and playing left field today, wearing number 1. For the Tigers, the defense looks like in the circle. You've got Madison Miller. Behind the plate is Jillian Jones. Over at first is Holloman. Aaron Williams at second. First pitch inside for ball 1. There we go. Got to make sure I got the scoreboard graphic. Like I said, haven't used this setup in a while. Like I said, Miller back in the circle. She's 0-2 on the year. That one will be swung on and missed for strike 1. And that one called strike 2 on Esquivel. 1 second. Like I said, trying to get this scoreboard to work properly here. Hopefully it works after this one. But a 1-2 count on Esquivel. Esquivel, the starting left fielder today for the Mustangs. That one will be fouled away and it will stay a 1-2 count. Esquivel, listed as outfield and a pitcher. The 5'4" sophomore out of Corpus Christi, Texas, and Tulsa Midway High School. The lineup for, we'll do the lineups in between the innings there since we're a little bit late starting up today. The 1-2, that's going to be lifted into left, and it will get foul, and it will hit the fence before Moyer can get there. Except for the Tigers, like I said. Miller at pitching, Jones behind the plate, Rebecca Holloman at first, Williams at second, Hope Wade at short, Aarons at third, Kendall Moyer in left, Heather Brown in center, and Callie Jordan in right. So we'll give you everything else and where they're batting in order. So before we get to the bottom half of this inning. Another 1-2. That one's going to be outside. And that will be ball 2. The 2-2 from Miller. Swung on in, missed. Strike 3. That'll be out number 1 for Madison Miller and this Ouachita Tiger squad. 1 out now in the top of the first inning. So CBC Mustang in white tops and black pants. Don't have much blue on their uniforms, even though that is their main color. And that one's going to be called strike 1. The 0-1 for Miller. That one's going to be popped up. Williams gets under it, and that's a quick 2 outs. That'll bring up second baseman, number 8, Maddie Spears. Maddie Spears, a sophomore out of Greenbrier, Arkansas, and Greenbrier High School. Miller trying to make the Mustangs go 3 up, 3 down here. Spears counts time and steps out. First pitch, just outside, ball 1. So you will have to forgive me at home for a little bit any delays in the scoreboard here. Usually I have it where it sets up. And that one's gonna be swung on and missed. I just have to hit the S button for a strike, for example. But for some reason that's not wanting to work today. So I'm gonna have to go here and keep track of these manually. So I'll be sure to keep up with it on at least what it is, because it's a 1-1 count here. Ooh, that has been outside, but it's called strike 2. I won't complain. since that one benefits the Tigers. This is game one of a doubleheader today. Second game will come about 30 minutes after the completion of this one. But 1-2 count, Miller trying to pick up her second strikeout. 1-2. Now that one's outside, called correctly. Ball 2. Said I'm up here by this camera for game two. We should have a cameraman. Well, he'll be able to move it around. But for right now, it's just me up here. So it'll be this still image. Like I said, we're glad to be able to at least be able to bring you the game. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to be popped up back towards the sports information desk up here. They did not make the grab. Had a chance. And it's just going to roll on back down the hill. You got to be ready to make a play over there, Brian. If you couldn't hear him, he said protect the computers right there. See, you know what? They took my normal spot, so I think I might have to be thankful that I'm over on the left side of the stands behind home plate now. 1-2 again, and that one's going to just miss outside for ball 3. 3-2 count here. Payoff pitch about to be on the way from Madison Miller, the senior from Nashville, Arkansas. It is a beautiful day for softball, around 70 degrees and sunny. Just a few small clouds here and there. Nice breeze blowing out, so it could be a hitter's day today. The payoff pitch back into the net, we will see another one. But just a fantastic day for softball. The wind could be a little less, in my opinion. It is quite windy. Like I said, every now and then where I'm sitting at the top of the hill, so I'm getting the brunt of the wind. I said, wind blowing due out. I don't know if you can tell from the flag there, but straight out center and swing and a miss. 4 and strike 3. That's 2 strikeouts this inning as the Mustangs of Central Baptist College go 3 up, 3 down. And that will do it for the top half of the first inning. I'll just go ahead and go over the lineup since I didn't get a chance to do that before the game. As like I said, we were pulling it close getting everything set up today, folks. Like I said, we had a lot of equipment over at baseball. We didn't want to try to make the move from baseball back to here to take it right back to baseball as they open up conference play this weekend against Southern Nazarene. Our trailer is still back up at Sturgis Physical Education Center at Vining Arena for basketball. That'll end up next week on the 24th is the last day of basketball. So after that, we'll be able to move the trailer and our other equipment. But today, running off the old trusty laptop of mine. Worked so far. But let's go over the lineups. We'll start with Ouachita since they'll be the ones due up. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 2, that is Hope Wade. Batting second, playing center field is number 14, Heather Brown. Batting third and playing third base is number 11, Jesselyn Ahrens. Batting fourth and catching, number 7, Jillian Jones. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 16, Reagan Harper. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 6, Callie Jordan. Batting seventh and pitching is number 19, Maddie Miller. Batting eighth will be second baseman number 26, Aaron Williams. And batting ninth will be left fielder number 21, Kendall Moyer. And playing first was number 20, Rebecca Holloman. The starting pitcher for CBC will be Hannah Work. She's 0 for 1 on the year. This is her 4th start with a 5.25 ERA and just 10.2 innings pitched. Her first pitch. They thought that was outside, but it was called. Strike 1. Oh, 1 count here on Hope Wade. That one's going to be up high for ball 1. And that one's going to miss outside for ball 2. Now in between innings, I might have to reset my scoreboard here. We will see. Trying to get it to work correctly, but it should be a 2-1 count. And that one misses, and that will be ball 3. Still tied up 0-0. Said Hope Wade missed the first few games, but since she started in the last 4 and is hitting 400 in the last 4. After today, she should be marked up. That is a foul ball. Right call, it was close, and that was a hard hit ball down the third baseline. Third baseman Blackwood couldn't quite get there, but that's because it did go foul. Was able to skate out just, maybe half a foot away from that third base. That'll be strike two, and that will be a full count coming up for Hope Wade. That one's going to be up high, and that will be ball 4. And that will put a runner on here with nobody out to start off. The Tigers hunting for their first win of the season, sitting at 0-8 on the year. Heather Brown stepping in now. Brown batting .095. She started in every game, racked up 2 hits and 2 at-bats. First pitch, called strike 1. Wade threatened but stayed put. And that will be an 0-1 count. Tigers in their purple pants and new purple striped uniforms, almost like a gradient stripe. It's hard to explain. Hopefully we can zoom in later, get a review of it. New uniforms, haven't seen these before. Showed bunt, Brown pulled back, and that was going to miss for ball 1. Runner on first here in Hope Wade. That one misses from work. Ball 2. Oh, now it's ball 2. There we go. 2-1 count, nobody out. Runner on first for Heather Brown. Shows bunt, and this can be bunted into the batter's box. And that will be a foul ball to make it a 2-2 count. Heather Brown, the junior, out of Mount Vernon, Texas, and Mount Vernon High School last year. Batted .383 on the season. Played and started in all but 2 games, so 36 games played and started last season. So it racked up 44 hits. And that one misses for ball 3. He said Brown won the batting average last year on the team. Struggling, off to a bit of a rough start this year, but they're playing some hefty teams, and that one's going to miss. So back-to-back walks now to start things off for Ouachita. And that will bring up Jesselyn Ahrens. Ahrens, the third baseman. So the wind is quite rough today, going to be honest with you. That one is called strike 1. Ahrens, a freshman out of DeWitt, Arkansas. DeWitt Dragon making her way over here to put on the purple and white. 0-1 count, 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. The 0-1 inside, try to lay down a bunt, and it will go foul for strike 2. Ahrens now behind in the count for the first Ouachita batter to be this far behind in the count so far. You can see the shade from the big tree behind us, or the 2 trees. They did trim the limb that was always in the way, and that's going to be found back, so Ahrens will stay alive. So Ahrens has started in all 8 games so far. She's batting .056. Like I said, Tigers off to a rough start so far this season, especially hitting-wise. They've only scored 2 runs across their 8 games. Try to change that today, and that one's going to miss for ball 1 to Jesselyn Ahrens. Like I said, Ahrens has had at bats in these 8 games. She's walked twice and struck out twice. That one's going to be hit over towards Sanford. Sanford gets Wade at third. Got it over to Blackwood, so they get the force out at 3. So on the fielder's choice, on the 6, 5 play there for out number 1. And runners still on first and second for Jillian Jones. Jones is the leading batter on this team that's played more than 4 games. Jones batting 111 on the season. Like I said, the leading batter batting 111. Not great, but Tigers can turn around at any point under head coach Derek Grimes. It's been a very hitting-focused week of practice since getting back. I'll say week, it's just Tuesday, but yesterday and day before were some offensive heavy. That one's going to be hit, and that's going to get through. A great grab by Sanford, but not in time, so that will load the bases. I'm going to put that down as a hit, but we'll see. But that will load the bases with 1 out for Reagan Harper. Now, Reagan Harper's the one you want up. She's batting .500 across 4 games. 4 hits and 8 at-bats, 1 run scored, an RBI, and a solo home run. So Harper missed the first series here again, and the first McGee-Hawkins Invitational back at the 2 weeks ago. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count now. Out of East End, Arkansas, Harper's a freshman out of Sheridan High School. That one's going to be left up for ball 2. And that's going to be a hit. That will be just foul. 4, strike 2. Oh, I think I missed that one there. Should be a 1-2 count. Or no, 2-2 count. Going by the scoreboard there. Two count on Reagan Harper. Harper's off to a great start. 1 out, bases loaded. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2. And that'll bring up Callie Jordan. Jordan batting .231 across 5 games this year. Callie has come up big for the Tigers in last season. Looks like they got some dirt in the eye of the pitcher work. Like I said, that wind a bit rough today. But 2 outs, bases loaded for Callie Jordan. Callie Jordan, the senior education major out of Crystal Beach, Texas, and Port Neches Groves High School. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. So on base, you've got Heather Brown at third, Aarons at second, and Jillian Jones at first. I'm sure the Jones family is watching back home in Inez, Texas. I remembered to say it right, Mr. Jones. As that one misses for ball 1. I used to pronounce it Inez, and I was told that that was incorrect. But yeah, so I'm sure the Jones family is watching. They had a big show, or they all showed out whenever the Tigers were down in Portland, Texas, not too far from Inez. As that one misses the zone. Not sure where that one missed, but it's called for ball 2. So I was down in that area as well as I went down to Kingsville over Christmas break. Saw on the Texas A&M Kingsville campus with my sister who was down there visiting for a softball camp. So got to see an up-close and personal view of a foe of the Tigers here for next week. As that one's going to miss for ball 3. Like I said, this weekend Tigers will be playing Midwestern State Saturday at 11. And then you've got Texas A&M Kingsville at, I believe, 1:30 Saturday, and then Christian Brothers. And that one's going to be called strike 1. And then you'll have Christian Brothers Sunday at 12:30, I believe. Like I said, everything can be seen at obutigers.com to check those stats there. But another tough slate of weekend games coming up. Tigers trying to get their first win here, trying to get their first run. And oh, that one was fouled straight back into the dugout. I think it was able to miss. They were able to dodge it. And that will be strike 2. Full count here on Callie Jordan. That was a Hard hit ball. She's got some power in the bat. We'll see what she can do here. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Tigers trying to get on the board. CBC trying to get out of a jam. The payoff pitch, that's going to be fouled. We'll see another one. So the Tigers are led by head coach Derek Grimes. He's over at third base, and assistant coach Janie Grimes, also the pitching coach. She's over at first base. Payoff pitch about to be on the way from Hannah Work. Popped up on the infield. Could be trouble, but it will not be as Anderson hauls it in, and Tigers will leave 3 stranded on base, and it will be 0-0. We'll take a quick break and be right back here. You are watching Tiger Softball on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field here on the campus of Washita Baptist University. Bottom of the first inning here. Or sorry, top of the second inning. Had my screen backwards there. Top of the second for Washita. First pitch there from Miller missed. 4-1. A big swing and a miss there. Like I said, that is that is Savannah Sanford batting now, the shortstop today. So Tigers, so they set them down, 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the first, they're going to try to do it here. There's that one missed for ball 2. That's going to be popped up, back out of play. Over here on the berm. That'll be strike 2. The 2-2, that's going to be also popped back a little bit closer this time. Hopefully it can stop doing that, because I'm not going to be able to save the camera if it gets close to the cameras. I don't think I can get up that fast and get over all these wires I have next to me. So hopefully that doesn't have to happen, but it is still a 2-2 count. Popped, ooh, that was at the top of the net. That was coming back towards us again. I don't know how Sports Information Director Brian Ramsey over here feels about those coming back this way once again. So it's Savannah Sanford batting. That's going to be hit up, scooped, or Wade gets it. Ridgely loses it, throws it over, and got it in time. A great grab for Hope Wade. Bobbled it, initially got under her glove, but she was able to knock it down and keep it there. Close play over there, but it's a good scoop by Holloman, as Wade did have to rush that one a little bit. Next up will be Kirsty Blackwood. Blackwood, senior out of Willow-Burton, Oklahoma. Probably saying that one wrong too, but Willow-Burton, Oklahoma, stepping in now. Her first at bat of the day. First pitch. Popped up. That's back here towards us. That one's going to miss, but it might hit. Oh, nope, it went backwards. I lost that one at first. That one was close. This might be dangerous up here for us. Not a huge fan. I mean, I've been wanting to catch one since I started calling for softball, but I was usually sitting down there at the bottom, and that's a little bit easier to track. But a 0-1 count. Oh, sorry, I realized I didn't have everything set up here. I was too busy watching foul balls. A 1-1 count, 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the first inning. That one's popped up. It will get foul. That'll get into the bullpen. That'll be strike 2. And it looks like the umpire went to throw one at Madison Miller, and so did Coach, and almost bad. But a 1-2 count here. Miller trying to get her third strikeout of the day. The 1-2's fouled back, and it will stay alive. Doing a great job of battling so far. So Blackwood, like I said, she's fouled several back. So just hopefully none of those can get really back here towards us. Really don't feel like, I mean, I want to catch one. Don't get me wrong. And that one's going to be outside for ball 2. Top of the second inning here. The 2-2 pitch from Miller. Foul or hit over towards Aarons. Aarons scoops it up, fires it across the diamond to Holloman in time for out number 2. Great jump there by the Tiger defense, and that will bring up Lauren Anderson. Anderson for her first at bat of the day, first plate appearance of the day. Utility player, sophomore out of Cibolo, Texas, in Steele High School. That one's going to be called strike 2. Looked a little low from up here, but some of the CBC fans weren't too happy about that one. We will see a former Tiger coming up if Anderson gets on. If not, she'll be leading off in the top of the third, and that is Toby Finley. She played 3 years here at Ouachita, actually, before transferring up to CBC. And that one misses for ball 1. Like I said, she is currently on deck. Like I said, was an outfielder here. Did some good stuff for Ouachita, but transferred up to Conway in CBC a couple years ago. Took advantage of the COVID year. The 1-1. Low for ball 2. A 2-1 count. Well, I guess hit the wrong button there. There we go. 2-1 count. On the way. Swung on in, missed. Strike 2. The 2-2, 2's across the board. Pitch on the way, foul. That's going to stay fair. Holloman gets it, and she'll step on first. They'll 3 unassisted. Once again, Mustangs go 3 up, 3 down. And that will do it for the top half of the first inning. We'll take another quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network with the bottom half, the second inning. Be right back.
the Tigers. The pitcher, Madison Miller.
And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field here for the bottom half of the second inning. Leading things off for the Tigers will be the pitcher, number 19, Maddie Miller. She will watch strike one go by. Miller batting .067 so far across 6 starts and 15 at-bats. That one will be hit through. She'll start things off with a hit here in the bottom of the second. Tigers trying to make something happen. So they are, like I said, it's been a while since they've scored. Haven't scored too many runs this season. That'll bring up Aaron Williams, the second baseman, batting 8th. Williams has yet to record a hit this year. Started in 6 games and has seen 16 at-bats. First one misses there. 4-1. That one misses outside. Should work out for another inning of work in the circle. And that one misses. Not sure where that one missed, but I'll take it as a Ouachita fan. But a 3-0 count here to Aaron Williams. Williams has yet to get on base, and that'll be her first time. Well, if she gets on base there, that'll be her first time on base all season. That'll be her first walk. So now we've got runners at first and second after the 4-pitch walk there. And then Kendall Moyer stepping in now. We will have a word out there with Coach CBC in the circle. Probably telling work to settle in. Like I said, she's able to get out of a bases-loaded jam. Like I said, a one-out bases-loaded jam at that. Last inning, so 2 on and nobody out so far, but you're in the bottom half of the lineup. However, Kendall Moyer across 4 games is hitting .375 so far. Tigers, like I said, they're able to get 3 on base, or technically they had 4 on base, as Hope Wade was able to get, or it was forced out on a fielder's choice. So Tigers have put 5, or no, that's 6 on base so far for the Tigers. But no runs to account for yet, so maybe we can change that here with Kendall Moyer. That one misses. 4-1. 5 straight balls now thrown. So Miller started off with a hit. That one, I'm not sure where that one missed either. Some of these calls a little bit near the zone is what I would figure would be the zone, but I'm not the umpire. And that one misses. That one was a little bit out. Oh, we get caught in a run down here. The ball gets away, so. Coach Grimes not too happy about what happened there, even though both runners are safe. I mean, there is that at least. That is ball 3. But now 2 runners in scoring position for Kendall Moyer. Opportunity for the Tigers to get on board here with nobody out. The 3-0. Called strike 1. Now, 2 of the pitches he had called earlier were more of a strike than that strike, but okay. 3-1 count, still a hitter's count for Moyer. Like I said, Moyer, so she's gotten 3 hits. And they will call that one a walk, so that will load up the bases with nobody out. Had the bases loaded last inning with 1 out, and Tigers weren't able to capitalize on it. We'll see what they can do here with, like I said, we head back to the top of the lineup. Two walks and a hit so far. That takes us back to the top of the lineup and Hope Wade. That one is called strike one. Wade, last season, didn't get a ton of opportunities for RBIs. Like I said, she only had 7, but she scored 32 runs. Like I said, usually she's able to get on. So in this opportunity, she will, and it will get an RBI, as that brings in Miller, and that will hold up everybody else. So an RBI single for Hope Wade gets the Tigers on the board first. Tigers up 1-0 now after Miller is able to come home on the RBI single from Hope Wade. She gets her first RBI of the year. And Tigers score their their third run of the year. So that brings up Heather Brown, first one there. I believe that missed for ball. Yep, there it goes. Ball 1. So Aaron Williams on third, Kendall Moyer on second, Hope Wade at first now. Still nobody out, bases juiced. And Brown will watch strike one. That one was right down the middle. Here Coach Grimes saying that telling Brown should have driven that one through the infield. That one was probably as pretty of a pitch as you'd see. One count. Bases loaded for Heather Brown, the Tigers' leading batter last year. So we'll swing at that one. That one's going to go to left, but it's going to be foul, and that will be strike 2. That wind is picking up. It's blowing towards left, which that'll help your righty hitters. So that'll help out the righties. Like I said, Brown, the left-handed hitter. So Brown is right-handed, but hits left. 1-2 count. Nobody out, bases loaded. So Brown got a hit she walked last time up. As that one misses for ball 2. So she's 0 for 0 today so far. That one's going to be hit up. It's going to be scooped up by Sanford. They're going to go home with it and get the 4th out at home. A solid play there. Base is still loaded, but now you've got an out. That'll bring up Jesselyn Aaron. She hit into a fielder's choice earlier. They got Hope Wade out at third. But smart play there by Sanford. And it was Byers, but now it is. I believe it's ousted. That one misses for ball 1. So it's number 26 behind home plate. I think the starting pitcher got hit in the face during pregame. Or starting catcher. That one's going to be called on just Aaron's 4. Strike 1. Bases loaded, 1 out here, bottom of the 2nd inning. One count. That's going to be hit over towards Spears. Spears is going to go home with it. She pulled her foot. The catcher pulled her foot on that one, and that lets Kendall Moyers. Oh, sorry from where it was. The ball fell out of her glove. That's what it was. So good call there by the umpire. Thank you to Willie B up here next to me, corrected me on that one. Said I missed that one. But Tigers now up 2-0. With bases still loaded for Jillian Jones. And Jones just fouled that one over into the visitor dugout on the first base side for strike 2. So Jones got a hit her last time up to load the bases back last inning. Let's see if we can show you here with the bases loaded. And just 1 out. Tigers up 2-0 on the Mustangs. That one's going to be up high for ball 1. So already today in 2 innings, or technically in 1 inning, the Tigers have scored as many runs as they've had in the previous 8 games. So let's hope this offense can come alive here for the Tigers as they get ready for this weekend tournament. It's a Washington Henderson Invitational. The 1-2 count to Jones. That's going to be low and inside. Runner's going to go as the pitcher wasn't there to cover. Great base running for Hope Wade. She'll come home on a stolen base. Brown was able to advance over to third, and Aaron's head on and on into third. So first base now open. Tigers now up 3-0. And it looks like we might see our coach is out there talking to the umpire. Well, there went one of my rosters in my car keys. Once again, thank you to Willie B. Will Broussard, Washita football member right here, helping me out for grabbing that before it decided to go out into the field. So Jones up with a 2-2 count now. Two runners in scoring position. Not sure what they're still talking about out there. So not real sure what the problem is, but they're going to talk about it. So Jillian Jones, the senior from Inez, Texas. I'm sure her, like I mentioned it earlier, sure her family's watching from back home. They often make the trip, but these midweek games, it's hard to make that. I mean, that's a good 8-hour trip from Inez, Texas to Arkadelphia. I guess whatever it is sorted out. It's still a 2-2 count with one out here. Runners on second and third for the Tigers. You've got Brown at third for the second time, and Aaron's at second for the second time today. She's going to pop that one up, and it will go foul back here on the berm. It will stay a 2-2 count. Like I said, Jones had, I believe, 5 home runs last year for the Tigers. That's right. A lot of power in the bat. Haven't quite found it this year. Like I said, through the 8 games. But looking if maybe they can find it here. 2-2 count for Jones. They swung on and missed. 4 strike. 3 and out. Number 2. Out number 2 there. And that'll bring up Reagan Harper, the designated player, with runners on second and third. That one's going to be hit. Sanford can't quite get there, and that'll score a run. That'll score Brown. I'm going to put it down as an RBI for Harper. Harper continues her hitting tear. She struck out last time, but like I said, gets the hit there. As Harper, it was a little bit confused. I mean, I'm sure Aaron's played a part in that, but Aaron's now stands on third, and we've got runners on the corners with 2 outs now for Callie Jordan. Jordan, the 9th batter this inning for the Tigers. She popped up to end the first inning, but she won't that time. Sanford gets it, fires it over to Anderson in time. She will get out, though. And that will be out number 3, but not before the Tigers plate 4 runs in 1 inning. A fantastic job there. And we'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field. So we are getting ready. Once I get the scoreboard all set up here for the top of the 3rd inning. And leading off is the former Tiger turned Mustang, Toby Finley from Sheridan, Arkansas. She'll foul that one for strike 1. Finley getting her first at bat of the afternoon. Like I said, here in Game 1 at Sully Anderson Field in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. That one looked a little inside, but called strike 2 on Finley. Had a class with Finley before she transferred. That was back right before COVID happened as well. I mean, I had a class with her, I think, freshman year, and then the next year COVID and all that. So Finley's also engaged to one of my hometown friends, and Devin Koontz. He went to Whitehall. We were on the baseball team. Well, I was manager. He actually played. We were on the baseball team together. They're engaged, and like I said, I think they're set to get married in April. No, I want to say they're getting married in March. Can't quite remember. But Koontz, like I said, I don't think he's been able to make it here yet. I'm sure he's watching if he's not at baseball practice. He plays baseball at CBC. So if he's watching this, so shout out to Devin Koontz, and that's a swing and a foul, and it will stay a 2-2 count. Oh, and that hit Jones. Like I said, Jones is hurt. Like I said, took off her glove. Like I said, that awkward foul there. So not quite sure where it hit Jones. It's hard to tell when you're back here. She's laughing about it now, though. Just got to walk it off. She's going to get a warm-up pitch here. Nope, no she's not. Never mind. Finley's going to step back in. So 2-2 count here, nobody out. It's top of the third inning for the Mustangs. Finley, the 2-2 pitch from Miller. That's going to be pop foul. It'll say a 2-2 count. Like I said, Finley from Sheridan, Arkansas. So not too far from my hometown of Whitehall, just about 20 minutes down the road on Highway 270. I got to go through there every time I head home to Whitehall. Pretty fun rivalry between the Yellow Jackets of Sheridan and the Bulldogs of Whitehall. The 2-2 just missed. Ball 3, that'll run the count full. Finley stepping back in. Corner's playing in right now. Finley had a couple home runs last season. I think she was sitting around 5. Payoff pitch. Just missed, and that's the first walk of the day. That's the first base runner of the day. Well, there goes your perfect game. Your first base runner here in the top of the third. First walk issued by Madison Miller. Next up, the 8-hole hitter is Madeline Tubbs, the designated player today. She will watch strike 1 go by. Tubbs, a freshman out of Hernando, Mississippi and Lewisburg High School. The 0-1 from Miller. Called strike 2. That looked a little bit inside, but it must have caught that edge of the zone there. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Miller. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Madison Miller. And that's a big out, number 1 there. And that'll take us to Reagan Ousted. Or Oustad, sorry, that's an A. I can't read my own handwriting here. I said she came in, like I said, the original starting pitcher. Like I said, she swings and misses at that one. The original starting pitcher in Caroline Byers. I believe she got hurt. He said you could see her holding an ice up to her face in pregame. So coming in now is Alstad. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Alstad, the freshman from Arlington, Texas, and Arlington High School. One count, 1 out, 1 runner on here. That's going to be hit into left. Moyer's going to come up, but it will get down. She'll get it on the hop and fire it into second base. Moyer looks like she picked up a little bit of arm strength over the break. Don't know if it's the cross-country running or not, but like I said, picks up. That was a stout throw coming in from left. But that is a hit, and that will put a runner on second. So Kendall Moyer out and left is a two-sport athlete here at Washita. Runs on the cross-country team in the fall. Here on the softball diamond in the spring. That one missed for Miller for ball one. Said Mustangs threatening here with 2 on and 1 out. That one's going to be fouled back. That'll be strike one. Speaking of two-sport athletes, Kellen Church is apparently in charge of foul balls today. She's a starter on the volleyball team here at Washita. That one's going to be hit right up the middle. A great grab by Miller. She's going to get Finley out at third. Throw over to first, not in time. So the fielder's choice that was Isabella Esquivel. We'll leave runners at first and second. Finley gets out on the fielder's choice. Fantastic play there for out number 2. That brings up Avery Ayers. She will watch ball 1 go by. Ayers from Dangerfield, Texas. Last time up, she popped up to second base. Swing and a miss there for strike one. But that was a great grab there by Miller on the comeback. So smart choice going over to third to get Finley instead of taking the out at first. Like I said, gets the lead runner. Leaves only 1 runner in scoring position for the Mustangs here with 2 out. 1-1 count to Ayers. Inside, ball 2. That one's going to be popped up. Looks like she's going to pop it up to second again as Aaron Williams makes the basket catch there. So back-to-back, or another pop-up to second there, and that gets the Tigers out of the jam. Mustang leaves a couple on base there, but Tigers get out of it. No runs cross. However, the perfect game and the no-hitter has been broken up for Madison Miller. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be right back here with the bottom of the third inning on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field for the bottom half of the third inning. That first pitch to Miller. We found she led off last time up. So Tigers were able to bat around. In the bottom half of the second, able to score those 4 runs by which they lead here. Like I said, they have now. So they currently have doubled their offensive performance. That one's inside. 4-1. So Tigers have scored twice as many runs so far in this game than they had scored all season. So offense looking to wake up a little bit. Miller. Swan, that's going to be hit up. Sanford scoops it up, fires it over to Anderson, and gets it there in time for out number 1. That takes us to Aaron Williams. She reached on a walk last time up. So Miller was able to get a hit and got on base. But, like I said, Williams, like I said, she reached on a walk. So she is 0 for 0 today. She got out on a fielder's choice headed home. So she'll step in with 1 out. And that one's going to be called strike one. Not sure where that one was, but called strike one. It looked outside to me. It's one of those things. As long as the umpire is consistent, I don't mind. That one gets correctly called a ball. So as long as they're consistent, I don't mind. But it's when the strike zone flexes. Makes it a little less fun to watch, let alone play. 1-1, hit up the middle. Spears scoops it up, fires it over to Anderson in time. Out number 2. Well, back-to-back to shortstop to second, ground out. So next up is only a ground out to third to round it out. But that'll bring up Kendall Moyer. Walked and scored a run last time up. She's 0 for 0 today, but she is batting .375 through 4 games this year. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Said if it looks a little different here at Sully Anderson. Like I said, they over the break they cut down all the trees in left center field. Like I said, later once basketball's over, as that one is called ball 2. So once basketball season is over, which is on the 24th, so for the rest for pretty much the rest of the season, we'll have a center field camera out there just around the 205 mark. They built us maintenance built us a film deck out there. They built this one here and at baseball. So used to we were standing on a old exercise box that was loaned to us from volleyball coach, Coach Frizzell Kaiser. And that one, an outside strike. This umpire's liking that outside corner for sure today. 2s across the board. Like I said, once we get some more cameras availability, and like I said, the trailer over here, so we will have a center field cam for y'all. The 2-2 missed, and the count runs full. Tigers looking to avoid going 3 up, 3 down for the first time today. So far today, Tigers have batted 6 in an inning and 9 in an inning. The payoff pitch from Work. That's going to be hit up to Work. Work scoops it up and gets it over to first. For out number 3. So Tigers go 3 up, 3 down for the first time today. And we will head to the 4th inning. Tigers still leading by 4. We'll take another quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field here at Ouachita Baptist University, here for the top half of the 4th inning. Due up, like I said, batting now is Maddie Spears, the second baseman for the Mustangs. She is batting in the 3-hole. Struck out her first time up. This is her second plate appearance of the day. Watch ball 1 come across from Miller, who's back out for her 4th inning of work in the circle. Tigers still on top by 4. Yes, that one missed, I guess, a bit high. Spears, a sophomore out of Greenbrier, Arkansas. That one's going to be hit over to Williams. Williams scoops it up, fires it over to Holloman sidearm style for a quick out number 1. Savannah Sanford coming in. She grounded out to short back in the second inning. Sanford, also from Sheridan, Arkansas. A couple Sheridan girls on this team as she watches ball one go by. Sheridan, a solid softball school. Like I said, they've won several state titles in softball and baseball. So they were a rival in high school. Got to give credit where credit's due. They do put together a solid program over there. That one just misses. I know Henderson's appreciating Sheridan High School now as they've gotten former Sheridan Yellow Jacket and Creighton Blue Jay David Vilches on their baseball team after playing Washita. When they played Washita game 1, like I said, Vilches was getting the feel of things, and since then he's gone on a tear for 6 home runs in 5 games, I believe. So I could be wrong on that one, but Vilches is proven to be pretty instrumental across the street for the Reddies on the baseball program out of Sheridan as well. Like I said, we'll see what Tigers can do against them later on in the season. 2-1 count here on Sanford. That one's called strike 2. 2-2 count here, 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning, Tigers up 4-0 over the Mustangs at Central Baptist College in game 1 of a doubleheader. So game 2 set to start around 5 o'clock, but like I said, this one's going. That one's popped up back here. And that one will stay a 2-2 count. You know, sitting here at the top of the bleachers, like I said, I'm directly beside the camera. If you know Sully Anderson Field, you know about where I am. And I said, it can get dangerous over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to try to protect the camera or not. I might just let it go. I don't think I can get there without hurting myself if one comes back. That's going to be lifted into right. Jordan takes a few steps back and makes the grab. 4 out, number 2. First real fly out we've had today. Everything's usually been on the ground or a pop-up. So 2 outs here, nobody on for Kirsty Blackwood. Blackwood out of Willowburton, Oklahoma. That one misses for ball 1 for Miller. So Miller's done a decent job so far. Like the Tigers struggled for the first bit of the season. Miller, like I said, so far has a 2.92 opponent's batting average. 2.33 ERA, but like I said, showing out so far today as that one misses for ball 2. She has walked 1 today, and that was her 14th walk of the season. She struck out now 16 on the year. 6 on the year. That one's called, strike 1. So Miller not known for being a true strikeout pitcher. So last year she did strike out 30 across 86 and 2/3 innings and walked 31. So usually the number's back and forth with her. The 2-1. Called strike 2. Yeah, I say she's not a strikeout pitcher, and just like that, battles back here, has a chance to get one here. 2-2 count, 2's across the board. As my former broadcasting partner Preston Crowder would say, deuces wild on the scoreboard. The 2-2 from Miller. Popped up. That's back here. Whew, that was close to the SID guys over here. Close to Athletic Director David Sharp, too. So dangerous up here for us tonight. You got to keep your head on a swivel. Miller trying to get a new softball. Didn't care for the one she was just given. Nope, doesn't land that one either. And they'll get another one. Oh, they threw him to the pitcher first. I said, you got to go to the umpire, then to the pitcher. Still a 2-2 count. If this is going to be the new broadcast position, I'm going to have to bring Mega Mid up here next time. As that one's going to be. Ball 3 in the count will run full on Kirsty Blackwood, the third baseman. Said Blackwood grounded out to third last time up. That's going to be hit up. Wade can't quite get there. And that'll be a 2-out single for Blackwood. So that'll get somebody on base here. So that will bring up Lauren Anderson. First one there is a strike from Miller. Anderson, the sophomore out of Cibolo, Texas. I believe I'm saying that right. Cibolo. That's going to be my best guess. I have a hard time pronouncing some of those Texas towns. Miller heading the count 0-2 on Anderson. Anderson grounded out to first last time up. We'll see what she do here. Let me phrase that. Tigers and Miller trying to get out of a jam here with a runner on first and 2 outs. Not much of a jam, but still don't leave too many on. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Miller picks up her 4th strikeout of the day for out number 3. So the Mustangs will leave one on base after the hit from Kirsty Blackwood, and they will maintain their 4-0 lead. We'll take another quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Hope Wade back to the leadoff. Batter for the Tigers. So 1, 2, 3 do it for Ouachita. It's Wade, Brown, and Aarons. And if anybody gets on, it'll be Jones. Wade is 1 for 1 today with an RBI single and a walk. That one's going to be lifted into the left, but it will get down. Foul for strike 1. Had a decent amount of pop on that one. That one's going to be hit. Charged by Blackwood. Blackwood over to Anderson in time. A solid throw and a great reach from Anderson there for out number 1. So that's out number 1. That one is going to be low for ball 1 on Brown. Brown is 0 for 0 today. The walk and a fielder's choice, according to my book. That one's going to get up the middle, just under the glove of Work and into center field for a 1-out hit. So 1-out single there for Heather Brown. Solid hit there. Was able to square it up, send that ball right back where it came from, and get a runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Like I said, we are just over halfway through game 1 today. So unless these last couple innings go quickly, I think we will be starting a little bit later than 5 o'clock as it was anticipated on the website. First pitch to Aarons is called for strike 1. Aarons has, like I said, she has reached twice, once on the fielder's choice, and I believe last time she reached on an error, but it did score a run on the error. So don't know if you call it an RBI error or not, but this is Work taking a quick second there. Work out of Bryant, Arkansas. As that one missed for ball 1. That one misses. Ball 3, 3-1 count now on Jesselyn Ahrens. Like I said, Ahrens out of DeWitt, Arkansas, and DeWitt High School, a former Dragon, making her way over to Arkadelphia. That one's going to be called a strike too, but you go from Ahrens went from the eastern delta of Arkansas over to the southwest corner in Arkadelphia. Over in the Washitas. Full count here. 1 out, 1 runner on for the Tigers. And that one's going to be inside. That'll put 2 runners on. So Ahrens reaches for the first time today, and like I said, depending on what, according to mine here, has not recorded an at bat, but we'll see what official live stats gives her. It looks like we do have a pinch hitter coming in for Jillian Jones and number 24, Emma Mays, a freshman out of Mansfield, Texas. Mays just able to get back on campus today. Like I said, she'd been out due to some COVID protocols the past 2 weeks. Like I said, it's been a week of it at home. And then, like I said, was here and still in the protocols before she could return to play. But like I said, she gets her first at bat here. Like I said, Mays, a freshman out of Mansfield, Texas. I actually got a chance to talk to her earlier in the day as we were both in line for the ice cream truck outside Berry Chapel. That one is called strike 1. Like I said, Ben Sells and Washita brought an ice cream truck on campus, a free ice cream truck, I should say, for students to celebrate. So they were able to make it through another round of, spike of COVID. We were able to take masks off yesterday. So as a reward, we got some free ice cream. And that one misses for ball 1. 1 out, 2 on here for Washita. Said Mays, she might be coming in and staying in. She is listed as a catcher. Said majoring in psychology and political science. That one's going to be popped up on the infield. Oh, wow, what a double play. Incredible. That was more luck than anything, but what a play. For those of you who couldn't tell, it was caught by Sanford, and as she was running to scoop it up, she grabbed it and then stepped on second base as Brown was sitting on second and got the double play. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. I mean, that was a beautiful double play. We'll take a quick break. Tigers, like I said, still up by 4 here as we get ready to head to the 5th inning. We'll be right back on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field. And due up for the Mustangs, center fielder number 3, Toby Finley. She led off back in the 3rd inning, leading off here in the 5th. She walked last time up and got out at 3rd base on a fielder's choice. And she will watch ball 1 go by from Miller, who's back out for her 5th inning of work. So top of the 5th inning. Called strike 1. Another thing is just off screen to your left, over by the concession stand, we do have the new locker room facility being built for the softball team. They were hoping it was going to be done by season, but due to some other projects on campus, like I said, workers got moved around, and like I said, they're still working on it. Hopefully to get done with that here soon. But a new addition, like I said, over here at Sully Anderson Field. Be a big help for softball team to get their locker rooms. Like I said, this is the 20th season of Ouachita softball, as that one misses for ball 3. First inaugural season back in 2002. 20-year anniversary of Ouachita softball this year. They're gonna have, like I said, they've got a little bit of catching up to do if they want to build off last year's success of going 20-18. First winning record in over 10 years for Ouachita. As that one's going to miss, and that is back-to-back walks for Toby Finley today. Next up, brings up Madeline Tubbs, the designated player. She struck out last time up. Miller does have 4 strikeouts, like I said, one of them being Tubbs back in the 3rd inning. She comes on with a runner on first and nobody out. That's going to be fouled for strike 1. Tubbs stepping back in. That sun is setting directly behind home plate here. You can see the outfielders having trouble. So if this one gets up, could spell trouble for a few people as that one misses for ball 1. So it's mainly going to be trouble for center field, a little bit on right. Fouled back into the net, strike 2. One-two count. That's going to be hit, but it will go foul into the bullpen. Stays a 1-2 count. Time called. Madison Miller wants another softball. Seems to have been quite picky today about her softball. But when you've pitched 5 innings of shutout softball, I believe you're allowed to be a little bit picky. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Madison Miller. Out number 1. That brings up Reagan Ostad, the catcher. That one misses. Actually, that is not Reagan Ostad. That looks like that is number 26. Oh, that is Reagan Ostad. I had my numbers backwards on here. Had that mixed up there. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 count here, 1 out. Top of the 5th. Runner on first, and Toby Finley, the former Ouachita Tiger. The 1-1. Swung on and missed right to. Miller, like I said, sitting at 5 strikeouts, looking to pick up 6. She only had 3 coming into the day. The 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Madison Miller. That's out number 2. That's number 6 on the day for Madison Miller. She has doubled her total coming into this game. Now sitting at 9 on the season. And that takes us back to the top of the lineup in Isabella Esquivel. She watches ball 1 go by. She struck out back in the 1st. And got hit into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. Esquivel out of Corpus Christi, Texas. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Strike 2. The 1-1 from Miller. That's going to be hit, grabbed by Aarons. Aarons over to Holloman in time. out number 3. Miller picks up 2 more strikeouts. And the Mustangs will strand 1 more on base. The score stays 4-0 Tigers as we go ahead to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We will take another quick break and be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ouachita still up by 4 over the Mustangs of CBC. Due up for Ouachita is 5, 6, and 7. It's Reagan Harper, Callie Jordan, and Madison Miller. Madison Miller, like I said, one of the few pitchers that hit in the GAC. She's had a solid start so far. We'll see what she can do, or see what she can do here. But first, it will be Reagan Harper. She has struck out, but did have an RBI single back in the 2nd. Harper, like I said, I believe she's still sitting around the 500 mark. Hits that straight to Work, and Work gets it over to Anderson in time. 4 out, number 1. And that brings up Callie Jordan. Jordan is 0-4. 2 today with a pop up to first and a ground out to short back in the 2nd. So Jordan out of Crystal Beach, Texas, a senior elementary education major here in the Huckabee School of Education. I'm sure her dean of students, Dr. Kathy Collins, is watching back at home, just not too far from here. As Dr. Collins is, or if it's not, I'm assuming Dr. Collins is still at work. I keep forgetting it's only 4:30. But usually Collins will be at the sporting events of her students. But first pitch was ball 1. That one is going to be hit up the middle, and nobody can quite get there. And that'll be a 1-out single. And it looks like we do have a new shortstop out there. It looks like Sanford did hurt her knee whenever she landed on that base earlier. So we can't quite, I think that's number 28. I think they might have just pulled up the designated player and put her in. So I think that might be Tubbs. That's going to be way inside on Madison Miller. And that'll be ball 1. Trying to see if I can get the shortstop to turn around here. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be, I'm going to put it down as Tubbs. Just activate the designated player. A check swing foul. 4 strike 1. Said last year, Madison Miller, the pitcher, led the team in home runs with 7. And that included 2 home runs or 2 grand slams in the same game last year. An impressive feat, but Ouachita was able to do it twice last year. Madison Miller did it twice in one game in a GAC series, and then 2 weeks prior, or less than 2 weeks prior actually, former Ouachita outfielder Louis Steen did the same thing. A beautiful bunt laid down over to first, covered by Spears. So they do get the out, but a sac bunt moves Callie Jordan over to second. And that, like I said, that will be out number 1. So that one is called strike 1 on Aaron Williams. So 2 outs now after the sac bunt, but a runner in scoring position. That one's going to be hit over to third. The throw is in time from Blackwood to Anderson. Tigers get one on, but can't bring her in. And that will do it for the top half of the 6th inning, or top half of the 5th inning. Or One more time, the bottom half of the 5th inning. I was getting ahead of myself there. We'll take another quick break. Washita on top 4-0. We'll be back with the top half of the 6th inning in just a few moments here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Fun fact about Sully Anderson Field, it used to be a city park field owned by the city of Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia worked out a trade for the land here that owned by the city. Washita traded the land that is DeSoto Bluff, just about a half mile up the road. Like I said, a Bluff Trail used to be owned by Washita, but they traded that land for this Sully Anderson Field a while back so that way they could have access or own this section that runs all the way over Elrod Boulevard over to what is City Park. Coach CBC's talking to the umpire, not sure what it's all about, but having a nice conversation out there. Like I said, Sully Anderson used to be a Little League park. Like I said, that's why we do have the older style lights here, and that's why we will probably see them in Game 2 tonight. Like I said, we'll see the lights come on here, get to play a game at Sully Anderson under the lights. We do have a pinch hitter coming in Heather Hoffman batting in place of Avery Ayers. The number 12, Heather Hoffman. She found the first one there for strike one here in the top of the 6th. Hoffman, 5'7" junior out of Wiley, Texas, as that one called strike 2 from Madison Miller back out for her 6th inning of work. She's had a fantastic day in the circle today. So they've let a few get on, but Miller and the rest of the Tiger defense has been stout. So that one misses for ball 1. I said that one. I said that was way inside, more of a defensive swing there with 2 strikes. Keeps the 1-2 count. Like I said, Miller has had a fantastic day. Like I said, she's had a couple other appearances this year. Like I said, said 4 appearances, 2. This is her 3rd start. A swing and a miss, strike 3, strikeout number 7. For Madison Miller today, and out number 1. A fantastic outing so far. Like I said, she came into this game with only 3 strikeouts through 15 innings. And already has 7 here today. It's bumped her number up to 10 on the season. Maddie Spears in now. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. First one there misses for ball 1. So Miller, the senior out of Nashville, Arkansas, has been a staple in the circle for Washita during her career. And that one's going to be called strike 1. One thing about it, all the strikeouts today, they've all been swinging. Have not had one looking so far today. So Washita baseball has gotten off to a decent start. They're 3-4, but they've played some of the best competition in the country the past 2 weeks. As that one misses low for ball 2. They've beaten some very blue blood programs in Division II baseball. So they beat Pitt State 9-10. They beat Rogers State. They beat Missouri Western, and they've given some other schools all they wanted. That's going to be hit over. Wade can't quite grab it. That will go down as a hit in my book. That was a little bit tough play to make there. That'll put a runner on first. Like I said, baseball took on St. Cloud State, a perennial powerhouse in Division II. Almost had it. Like I said, had a chance to win that one, but ended up coming up just a couple runs short. So up now is Savannah Sanford. She's back in now. They might have swapped her and the designated player, but we'll see about that. First ball there misses for ball one. One out, one runner on. And there's that outside pitch that umpire has liked so much today. And are we going to see a change in the middle of at bat, or? Looks like we will see a pinch runner come in, maybe. It's going to be number, oh, maybe not. 13 coming in. That is Victoria Lasker coming in to run for Maddie Spears. So Lasker into pinch run. One count. You don't often see somebody decide to pinch run in the middle of an at-bat, but to each their own. The 1-1. That's going to be hit straight to Holloman. Steps on first, fires over to second. Not quite in time, but they still get out number 2. I guess that's why you bring in the pinch runner there. Avoids the double play, but out at first. So 2 outs now, but a runner on second base. And that brings up Kirsty Blackwood. Blackwood is 1 for 2 today with a ground out and a single. That came back in the 4th. That's going to be popped up into shallow left. Moyer gets under it and makes the grab for out number 3. So 4 up, 3 down go the Mustangs. They do leave one runner stranded on base, but Tigers will maintain their 4-0 lead. We'll take another about a minute break. We'll be right back here on the Washington Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 6th inning. Tigers looking to add to their 4-0 lead over the Mustangs of Central Baptist College. The bottom of the lineup here, 9-1-2, due up Moyer, Wade, and Brown. That one is caught, ball 1 to Kendall Moyer. Moyer, a senior out of Lampasas, Texas. Moyer walked and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Said the one thing about the Tigers this season is all their runs have come in just 1 inning spurts, and that's the same thing today, which this one is 4 runs today in the 2nd inning compared to the other ones where they would just score 1 run here and there. But Tigers are going to need to have to get some offense going throughout the game. They're going to have a chance later on in the season, especially in GAC play, as that one's hit straight back to work. Gets over to Anderson for out number 1. That's the second time Moyer has grounded out to the pitcher today. And that takes us back to the top of the lineup in Hope Wade. Wade, the junior, out of Fossil Ridge High School in Fort Worth, Texas. So watch ball one go by. One out down the bottom of the sixth. Now, a school like Fossil Ridge, with that name, you would think they'd have like a pretty cool mascot. You know, like a, something dinosaur related, maybe something. Just, something fossil related. Now, they're just the Panthers. I was kind of disappointed in that. There is another Fossil Ridge. That one's out in Colorado. They're actually the Saber-Tooths. So I was like, that one tracks. That tracks. That works if you're going to be Fossil Ridge. No offense to the people back in Fort Worth who went to Fossil Ridge. I just think the school could have had a better mascot, personally speaking. But I don't make those decisions. I'm just a college senior who gets to broadcast games here at Washington. My opinion does not matter in the real world. That one's going to be hit into center, but straight to Finley out there. That's the first ball she's had hit to her all day. And that brings up Heather Brown. Brown she is 1 for 1 today, as that one is hit into the gap in center, but Finley runs over, tracks, and makes a grab. So back-to-back plays out in center field for Toby Finley. And that will do it for the 6th inning. Tigers, like I said, don't add anything, but they still maintain a 4-0 lead. Last chance up for the Mustangs as they're down to their last 3 outs, and we come back with the top half of the 7th inning here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field for the top half of the 7th inning. The Mustangs of Central Baptist College out of Conway down to their final 3 outs. Due up, the first baseman, Lauren Anderson. She is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. That one misses for ball 1. Speaking of strikeouts, Madison Miller has racked up 7 so far. She is looking to complete her 3rd complete game of the season. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Said Miller had 7 complete games in 12 starts last year. Wind starting to pick back up, and that one, a delayed strike call, but a strike called nonetheless. 1-2 count. Can Miller pick up 8 strikeouts today? She's already gotten 1 on Anderson. Oh, that one was just a bit outside. 2-2 count here. The 2-2 popped up. Miller sliding for it, can't quite get it. That will be a fair ball as it hit in, like I said, it hit Miller in fair territory. So I believe that's going to go down as an E1 in the scorebook. And that will bring up Toby Finley. Finley has walked twice today and got stranded on base both times. We have a pinch runner coming in number 9, Jordan Frederick. So not why I don't know why there's this much conversation between coach and umpire over a pinch runner, but it looks like we will hopefully get back underway here with a runner on and nobody out for CBC here in the top of the 7th inning. So Toby Finley, the Sheridan native, former Ouachita Tiger, stepping into the plate with one on and nobody out. This will be the first time she has not led off an inning when she's gotten to bat. Said her first at bat with her first plate appearance with anybody on base. She is 0 for 0 today, 2 walks. She steps in. Tigers looking to hold the shutout here. Swing and a miss, strike one. So Miller and Finley, former teammates here for a couple years at Ouachita. I'm not sure who that affects more, the pitcher or the batter, when you've played with them for a couple years. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike two. And it's looking like it might be helping out the pitcher a little bit more. Looking for strikeout number 8. Miller shakes off the sign. She'll step back, call time, readjust. 0-2 count on Finley. The pitch from Miller. High and outside, ball one, but a good grab by Jillian Jones behind the plate to keep Frederick from moving any further. Okay. 1-2 count. The pitch from Miller. That is launched, but luckily foul. See, Finley has not lost any of the pop in her bat since she left Ouachita. Still a 1-2 count. Miller does not need to throw that pitch again. The 1-2 popped up, foul the other direction. That one almost hit the light. Stays a 1-2 count. So if it goes foul again, it should say that it's going to come right here, because it went over there, it went to the left, and then went to the right. We'll see. Still a 1-2 count. Miller trying to win the battle. The pitch. Just outside. Umpire does not like the outside pitches when it comes to right-handed batters, so it's a 2-2 count. The 2-2 from Miller. Fouled again. Finley putting together a great battle at the plate so far. Said she's walked twice today. She wants to get a piece of this one. Said Mustangs have a decent ways to go as they trail by 4 here. Like I said, they're down to their final 3 outs with a runner on first. Another 2-2 pitch. All speed, hit in the left. Moyer gets it on the run. And they're not going to get the tag as that throw was a little bit off the mark. But that goes for out number 1. Now stepping in is number 30. That is Emma Golden. Golden stepping in now. Golden, a 5'3", freshman out of Carlisle, Arkansas. Played for the Buffaloes. I believe they're the Buffaloes. That or the Bison. The mascot is whichever one you want to call it. Looks like out of Carlisle. Small 2A school. Was over in that part of the state whenever I was calling for Bearden High School. I had to go over to Clarendon and Des Arc a couple times for playoff games. But 1 out here, 1 runner on first. Top of the 7th inning. Miller trying to get out of this one and get her first win of the season. Tigers' first win of the season. Umpire taking his sweet time once again between substituting players. He must be getting paid by the hour tonight. First pitch to Golden. Missed. They're going to check out to the field umpire. She's going to say she swung around, so that's going to be strike one. And the head coach is going to want to talk, so prepare for another 5-minute break, folks. I guess they're going to argue saying that that umpire shouldn't have had the proper view, which technically is true. If you're on that side, if you had a 3-man crew, you'd appeal to third with a left-handed batter. So it's a judgment call. It's a little bit harder to make when you're over there standing between first and second. But it's hard to argue that one. But a good call by Jillian Jones to get the umpire to check it. And that one's going to miss for ball one. The 1-1. That has been a strike all day. But in that case, it was a ball. So 2-1 count now with 1 out, 1 runner on first. Miller getting the sign from Jones. Swing and a miss, strike 2. You can't argue a swing and a miss. Golden steps back in. The 2-2 just missed. Trying to get her to bite on that outside pitch, but would not go. Full count here, 1 out, 1 runner on. The payoff pitch from Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and make that strikeout number 8 for the senior from Nashville, Arkansas. And that is a big out number 2. And that will bring up another pinch hitter, number 32, Molly Johnson. Johnson steps in. That one just missed inside for ball 1. Molly Johnson, the freshman out of Texarkana, Arkansas, in Texas High School. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Strike 1. Looks like she didn't really want to swing at that one. But that check swing just went too far around. 1-1 count. 2 outs, 1 runner on. Tigers are looking to be set up to get their first win of the season over the Mustangs of CBC. That is called strike 2. Can Miller end this great day on a strikeout? That would be strikeout number 9 for Miller if she can get it here and end the game. Miller will most likely pick up her first win of the season here. The 1-2 hit up the middle. Wade scoops it. Oh, and it's going to get under Wade's glove. That's going to go down as an E6 in my book. That takes us back to the top of the lineup in Isabella Esquivel. She is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, a ground out, and got on base due to a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. 2 outs, 2 runners on now. Tigers with a chance here. Like I said, that blast ball just got under Wade's glove. And we're going to have another pinch runner. They seem to be excited about who's going to get to go pinch run now. The whole team, apparently this is not somebody who gets to pinch run often. We'll see who that is momentarily. Oh, 0-0, so that's going to be Alex Jeter. Her dad had to have been a Yankees fan. Jeter listed as a pitcher, freshman from Paragould, Arkansas, and Greene County Tech High School. At the plate is number 1, Isabella Esquivel, the sophomore out of Corpus Christi, Texas. 1 runner in scoring position for the Mustangs. Tigers trying to hold on to the shutout and get their first win of the year. The first pitch from Miller to Esquivel. Hit up the middle. Williams scoops it. She's going to toss it over to Wade, but it's going to be dropped. Runner's going to go home. Here's the throw to be cut off by Miller. Just poor execution there. Coach Grimes is going to come out and have a talk with the infield. That is back-to-back errors there that should have ended the game. But instead, the shutout is no more as Frederick, the pinch runner, was able to come on home. I'm going to put that down as an error on 4 and 6. So I don't know which one is going to officially go down on. But that will break up the shutout. Make it a 4-1 ball game with 2 outs. And that brings up Heather Hoffman. Hoffman in now. Hoffman struck out last time up. Miller's just trying to get out of this one. Calling strike 1. I mean, that's going to be another unearned run that comes in on this team. A swing and a miss for strike 2. That's something last year. This is a team that struggles defensively, as last year they had over 50 unearned runs come across the plate across 38 games. Tigers are going to have to get that settled in for the rest of this season. The 2-2, or the 0-2, fouled back. Keeps an 0-2 count here, top of the 7th. Miller trying to get out of it. Runners on first and second. Now a 4-1 ball game. Tigers still in the driver's seat. Miller looking to pick up strikeout number 9 and end this ball game. The 0-2. Just outside. When it comes to right-handed batters, that umpire does not like the outside call. That one's going to be popped up. Jill makes the grab for out number 3. A great catch for Jillian Jones to end it for the Tigers. And Tigers pick up their first win of the season in dramatic fashion, as they couldn't go down easily. And that will do it. Final score in Game 1. Game 2 will happen in about 30 minutes here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. But Tigers pick up win number 1, 4-1. Like I said, all runs for the Tigers came back in inning number 2. Like I said, there's an RBI from Hope Wade. Kendall Moyer scored, Maddie Miller scored, Hope Wade scored, and Heather Brown scored. That was a little bit of a mess of fielder's choice. Reagan Harper picked up an RBI single. Aaron's reached on an RBI error, if you want to call it that. Or Aaron's, like I said, Aaron's had an RBI, or it was an error, but she was the one who hit the ball that caused the error. But a great start there for this week here at Washita as they pick up their first win of the season. They're now 1-8 on the year. CBC will fall to 3-4 on the season, with Game 2 coming up here in roughly 30 minutes. Once again, final score of Game 1. Now, the way this works, if you've watched Washita Sports before, we're going to stop this stream, start a new one whenever that game comes up. If you, like I said, you're already on the YouTube, it'll show up in about 30 minutes. Super easy to find. So, like I said, thank you all for tuning in to Game 1. Once again, Washita Tigers defeat the Central Baptist Mustangs 4-1 here at Sully Anderson Field. We'll be back here in 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. This has been Matthew Branch, and you've watched